Students, today let us see about the Prevost dihydroxylation. In the previous lecture, you learned about the Woodward dihydroxylation. Both of these dihydroxylation are similar with each other. In Woodward dihydroxylation, alkene is treated with Woodward reagent, and in Prevost dihydroxylation, alkene is treated with Prevost reagent. The difference between these both dihydroxylation is that in Woodward dihydroxylation it gives to the formation of cis diols, that is cis glycols. OH positions are on similar side of carbon carbon bond. In Prevost dihydroxylation there are formation of also glycols, but instead of cis it gives to the formation of trans glycol. That means OH on the both carbons are trans, that means opposite on the opposite side of each other of the carbons. But the reaction and the mechanism is exactly similar with each other. The description about the Prevost dihydroxylation you can see on a board. In Prevost dihydroxylation, alkene is treated with Prevost reagent. This Prevost reagent, you can see here, solution of I2 together with equivalent amount of dry silver acetate or silver benzoate. This solution of I2 with equivalent amount of dry silver acetate or dry silver benzoate, that is known as Prevost reagent. Alkene with this Prevost reagent gives firstly diacetyl or dibenzyl derivative, which on hydrolysis gives transglycol. If alkene is treated with Prevost reagent containing silver acetate, then it will give diacetyl derivative. If we use silver benzoate, it will give dibenzyl derivative. Students, after that let us see the reaction of Prevost dihydroxylation. For that let us consider one of the alkene. This alkene with silver benzoate, or you can also use silver acetate with I2 and solvent benzene. If you use silver acetate instead of silver benzoate, here use acetic acid instead of benzene. But here we are using silver benzoate, therefore we have to use here benzene as a solvent. This alkene with silver benzoate, I2 and benzene gives rise to the formation of benzoate derivative, which on hydrolysis gives to the formation of trans glycols. You can see that COOH. Firstly, one of the COOH is bonded with first carbon. In the next step, second COOPH get attached to second carbon. Both of these groups are removed by OH to form trans diols. Students, now let us see about the mechanism of Prevost dihydroxylation. For that, one of the alkene is written here, carbon carbon double bond, first carbon with two alkyl groups, second carbon with two alkyl groups. Iodine you can write I2 as I bond I, out of which one of the iodine is given out. by breaking the bond between both iodines. After breaking the bond between iodines, this carbon-carbon double bond get converted into single bond, and this iodine will form a cyclic structure with two carbon atoms of the alkenes that was previously bonded with double bond. And after that, the alkyl groups that was bonded with both the carbons will make their conformation like this. In such a way, there is formation of iodinium ion by the formation of cyclic structure of both these carbons with iodine. This is the formation of iodinium ion. This iodonium ion now with silver benzoate will give rise to the formation of benzoate derivative. Now let us see how the benzoate derivative is formed, in which first benzoate group get adds to the one of the carbon of carbon-carbon bond. For that, one of the bond, that is this one bond, breaks down. After breaking this bond, this iodine will get free from second carbon atom. After that, silver from silver benzoate get bonded with this iodine like this. After that, the remaining part OOCPH, actually it is PH C double bond OAG. This Ag is given out. What remains? PSC double bond OO. So this oxygen, with the help of its lone pair of electron, get bonded to this one. Like this. And the alkyl groups remains their position like this. In such a way, iodine break its bond, then one of the iodine make cyclic structure with two carbons to form iodinium ion. This iodinium ion with one of the molecule of silver benzoate gives to the formation of benzoate derivative as we derive on a board. Students, the next step is the formation of benzoxonium ion. In the formation of benzoxonium ion, firstly, there is removal of this silver iodide. For that, this carbon iodine bond breaks down, and after breaking this bond, this silver iodide is given out to form the next mechanism product. In this structure or in this product, you can write like this CC. After that, the alkyl groups bonded with second carbon. After removal of AgI, the conformation of these alkyl groups will change now. At the same time, this electron pair is shared by with this carbon, and there is formation of bond with this oxygen now. So previously you can see here the structure was like this. This electron pair on sharing with carbon, there is formation of bond with this oxygen like this. Only one pair remains now here. In such a way, there is formation of benzoxonium ion. This structure will now use rise to the formation of canonical structures. In this canonical structure, this electron will get transferred to oxygen, and this electron pair will get transferred to this carbon oxygen bond. That means this carbon oxygen bond get converted to single bond, and this carbon oxygen single bond get converted into double bond like this. In such a way, actually there are three canonical structures, but here we need only two structures, therefore I write only 2 1. Here you can see the electron pair from this double bond get transferred to oxygen. It has only one pair. Now there are two pair of electrons. One negative charge carries two electrons, one lone pair of electrons. Here two pairs was present. One of the shifted to carbon oxygen single bond get converted into double bond. Now here we are using this structure for the further mechanism of the reaction. Now the second structure is mostly preferred for the further mechanism of the reaction. Now student, the second canonical structure is written on a board. You can see this one. The second canonical structure we get here in the previous step, that is to be reacted with silver benzoate. Again the anion PHCOO will get attaches to this carbon atom, but before that attachment of COOPH, firstly the breaking of this bond takes place. After breaking this bond, the chain of COCOC, it opens from C double bond O to form firstly the product like this. After that, the next PSCOO group from silver benzoate get attaches to the second carbon atom like this. After breaking CO bond, the chain opens from here and the structure becomes like this. After that, the second COOPH or PSCOO get bonded with second carbon atom like this. In such a way, second benzoate group get bonded with second carbon atom, and you can write the conformations of alkyl group like this. This product obtained in the next step undergo hydrolysis by using dilute potassium hydroxide solution. In hydrolysis, both of these COOPH, COOPH are replaced by OH to form corresponding trans glycols. In this step of hydrolysis, you have to use KOH and H2. In this case, both of these COOPH are now replaced by OH group like this. In such a way, both of these COOPH or PHCOO from both these carbons are replaced by now OH by the process of hydrolysis. In such a way, in Prevost dihydroxylation, there is formation of trans glycols or trans diols in which the positions of OH are exactly opposite according to the carbon bond. Therefore, this is the formation of trans glycols by Prevost dihydroxylation by using silver benzoate or silver acetate. Instead of silver benzoate, you can use silver acetate CH3COOAg to perform the Prevost dihydroxylation.